70 years.
Actually, more than that. Because we were married in July of 1955.
We met in 1950 on a blind date over the Christmas holidays at one of Joanne's friend's house, who had a date with one of my best friends, and I was the fill-in, and Joanne was the fill-in, so that we had a double date. We sat in a sitting room, and my buddy and his girlfriend sat in their living room, and we spent the whole night actually doing nothing but holding each other and trying to get to know each other. We were, quote, engaged, not formally, but really we never dated anybody else after that, because I had that strong feeling in the beginning.
Love itself depends on all of the feelings that you have for various things that you do, and we both had the same values, and so that made it easier.
And as we got to know each other and started talking about futures, the future was I had to get done with college and get a job and have a bank account. And she was going to work and saving money for furniture and how to set up a household. Hotter than hell. We got married at noontime in a local church, Methodist church, and we had the old style wool coats, jackets for the boy, and she had gowns and very, 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 very formal, but it was hot.
Well, I remember that the minister was very excited because the church was full, and that was unusual for a wedding to have the church be full like that. But I had sent out the invitations, and I guess everybody accepted and came.
We had a lot of macaroni for dinners because that was a very economic evening meal. I was in the service the year after we were married, and so our goal was to have money for a house, and the service was kind of an interruption to that whole thing. Our big date was we had hot dogs at a little tiny restaurant, and it was like a chili dog, and we went to the service man's organization, had an off-campus movie, and it cost us 25 cents each for the movie. So that was our once a month big date.
Well, we were in Augusta, Georgia. He was still in the service. I had a miscarriage, and that was extremely disappointing to us. And we were married 5 years before we had our first baby. And that was a very thrilling experience for us. My first baby weighed 10 pounds and 3 ounces. So she was a big, beautiful, beautiful baby. Of course, everybody thinks their baby is beautiful. And from then on, our life was just kind of focused on our children. We had another one 5 years later, and then we had 2 more within 3 years to the day. Well, before we were married, we had a council with our minister, and Reverend Little, and he strongly advised us to never, ever go to bed mad at each other or being upset about an argument that we had. He said, always, always kiss and make up, because you're never going to remember what your argument was about, and it causes a lot of problems for many people in their marriages to just dwell on that kind of thing. So he said, you just get rid of it. Don't dwell on it at all. So we always did that. And I think that really was a big thing in our relationship that kept it strong, that we had made the commitment and were really serious about following through with it.
When you're married and you have real love, you don't have to have all kinds of other things, but your first priority is to protect that love.
So who said I love you first?
I did.
What's something about your partner that still makes you smile?
Just looking at him makes me smile to know that he's there. And I am very thankful that the two of us are still together, that we have each other. Not all old people get that privilege, and I feel we're very, very fortunate. So just to see him makes me smile.
We have no divorces in our family. That's key, I think. In this day and age, marriages are kind of hit and miss. There aren't a large percentage of marriages that are first-time marriages. There's a lot of people try it for fit and that doesn't work, have other circumstances, but to have a marriage that's your first, your spouse's first, and have it last strong, it's very, very unusual.
Oh, I think it's what the minister had us do, is that you don't dwell on things that don't please you, and you make up and you kiss every night and make sure that you tell each other that you love each other every single day, that you're with each other. There are times when Jay was away for weeks on end because of business, but I knew that was necessary, so I learned to live with that. But I think really the main thing was that we followed that advice, plus we made a commitment and we were going to stick with it.
I don't think that there are a very high percentage of people that get married that live their vows. The vows are said as words and they're part of a ceremony, but I really doubt whether or not they take them to heart and will live through the tough times. Tough times either economically, tough times family disasters, tough times when your kids have troubles and you're trying to help them through it without becoming a part of the trouble. I mean, there's all kinds of things that are challenges, but you have to be conscious that it's not all roses. There's a lot of times when things are not exactly the way you would like them, but you live through them, and like we were saying, you don't let it go from one day to the next. When the day ends, the bad things go, you try to put them away and put them in the closet. Don't open the door again. If you love somebody, that word love has a different definition for people that don't believe in sticking it out during hard times. And when people have a hard time and they say, well, goodbye, I'll try another time, that's a bunch of malarkey. It just that is not love. You missed it the first time. You better get it the second time.
We've always done it. It's just something we do. I don't know, but as we're aging here, some of it helps us stand up. We give each other support. We've had people stop us in the grocery store or in the Home Depot telling us, oh, it's so nice to see people hold hands. We just don't even think about it. We just always have done it.
Lots of times I hear people say that, and I can't get it out of my mind. Why has society gotten to a point where holding hands or showing it an affection, being overly kind, with different people, it just doesn't make sense that becomes an oddity. It's terrible. I really feel sorry for people. The day should start with a positive and not a negative, number one. And if it starts with a positive and it's truly meant, you put your arm around somebody, you put your hand up next to another person's hand. You act like the other person is something. And if you don't think that there's something, the whole thing falls apart.
In a marriage, each of you give 80%. You don't go into a marriage expecting to get from it. You're in it to give, to be loving and caring of your partner. And so you give 80%, so you don't think about things that don't please you. You work to please your spouse.
That 80% was a key number. I remember it just like she does. Stuck in my head. 80% is a lot. And if you're always working at the positive, that's the right attitude to have. And that's not an easy task. Not an easy task at all. But if you think of life as being an 80% that where you are doing the work to make any kind of relationship work, you know that you have a big job to do. And if you stop and start thinking about, well, shoot, she didn't do this, she didn't do this, she didn't do this, and if you're adding up the 30 or 40% that you don't like, now your 80% is chucked, it's down the drain. You have to wipe it all clean and start over again.
Well, it just doesn't exist, because if your goal is to give and not be expecting what you're going to get out of it, you're not going to have to forgive, because you're going to be giving all of the time. So it just corrects itself. Jay, I love you because you are you. I love what you are.
And I love you because I was very, very lucky and made a decision that said that person there is going to make me better, and I can have a chance of being happy for a whole life.